Hello and welcome to Girls in Sports. This is the Score on Air Network, and on this particular show, I get to talk to lots of interesting and intriguing and amazing ladies that are doing something in sports, whether they are an athlete or their mother or somebody in their family was an athlete. I get to talk to them, and they're all amazing ladies, and they all have inspirational stories. So today we have Tia D. Turman Robinson, who is a trainer extraordinaire. I had, if you guys were here before, I had. Oh, let me make sure I'm on. I had a young lady named Arizona Favors. I call her AZ, the amazing AZ, and and she's been on before, and this, which we could not believe, like, who in the heck could possibly train you, because her body is so fit and flawless, and we're like, okay, I gotta meet this lady, whoever is could train you. So here she is here in the flesh. Tia is here, so we're going to get to talk to her as much as we possibly can about her life and the beginnings. And on this particular segment, this is like segment one, so we just kind of warm up and get our jitters out and stuff. And so I just wanted to thank you first of all for coming on and being a part of this. I think you're amazing.
Oh,
and I saw a few things about you on Facebook, and I have quite a few photos that we're going to be showing a little later on in the segment of this young lady, and you're not going to believe it. I mean, it's sickening.
Thank you.
I just love it. I freaking love it. Amazing body, trainer extraordinaire, and
You're too kind. Just too kind.
that's the truth. I mean, wait till you see what we have in store for you, with all these different photos that I have of her. But I have to wait to the segment that I have those photos prepared for, and you're going to be amazed. I mean, you should be amazed right now just looking at her.
You're so sweet. Just too sweet.
Oh my God! So look, girl, I'm waiting for your daughter to come on here. 'Cause she said
She'll be there.
she gave her the rundown, the what for, about what not to say and don't do this and don't do that. You know how kids be; they're weird. So
As can be. As can be.
yeah, so she's not gonna pay her no mind at all about what she's gonna say. So, are you happy to be
I
here?
am so happy to be here. Actually, it's just it blew my mind when I got a text from you, and I'm like, why me? Well, like me.
Because you're amazing.
But I do appreciate it. I am humble. I truly am. It's just so sweet, and it does kind of like light a little spark under you, like, oh, somebody wants to talk to me. But I do appreciate you. Your show is amazing. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you so much,
for
because
what you do.
it's an honor for me, to have somebody like you on
Wow.
this show. So because it's, I mean, trying to keep fit and and all that, and
She said all that.
yeah, your nutrition, and
Yes,
it's a lifestyle, and it's a challenge.
truly is that.
And so
Yes.
if you have your mindset and your because most of it is mental.
It is.
If you can get your mind in the game, then you're good.
Right, we call it lock in. If you can
Lock in.
yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Then you're doing good,
yeah.
because it took me a minute to lock in. And so I have to start all over
Right.
again because of COVID.
Oh
and
yeah, this has been tough, man. So serious.
Yeah, and then I had broke my leg. Not my leg,
shoot.
not my leg, my ankle a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
And so that kind of stopped me a little bit, and and so I have to lock in now. So I'm getting ready to get started again.
That's
Because
wonderful.
girl, I have to.
That is wonderful.
Because
And you look great now, but I get what you're saying.
Thank you.
Just wanna, there's a goal,
yeah,
a personal goal that you want to meet, and so I get it.
absolutely, and I want to stay on my feet.
Yes, absolutely.
Too. I don't want to be
Yes.
somebody got to help
That's
me
the
and
biggest part. Some people think, we do it for, very vain reasons, what
reasons.
have you. But
Mm-mm.
for me, it's deeper than that. And for a lot of people that I know and that I help, is deeper than that.
Yes,
People want to be healthy,
exactly.
and they want to take the steps toward that. And whereas some people think, oh, that is too extreme, I think being healthy.
Is if that's extreme,
That's
then
okay.
we're pretty extreme
Yeah, we're
because
extreme.
I have to stay on my feet. I have to. I mean, it's a must. It's
Yes,
not
indeed.
even an option for me to
Absolutely.
like just lay around and not really do anything
Yeah.
because I'm getting older and um your body changes.
Yes, it does.
It
Lord.
really does change.
Lord. Had they told me,
I know.
that's going to happen at this age, and that's going to happen. Do not be alarmed, but that's going to
What
happen.
happened?
And
Because
it
you
does.
wake up like, what is this ache from?
Right.
So, girl, it's a must. I must stay healthy.
That's
I must
good.
stay fit.
Yes, that's good.
Because I have a busy life.
Yes.
And I have busy children.
I get it.
I have two kids, a boy and a girl. They're grown. My youngest is 21. And they're busy.
Yes.
And so I have a life.
Yes.
And so I want to participate in it.
Absolutely.
I can't be sitting on the sidelines
watching the game. When I know I can dunk that. No,
Exactly.
I can't dunk nothing, but
That's
what I mean? I
right.
can get out there. I shouldn't just be sitting watching people live. I want to live.
I want to live.
Yes.
And see, we're going to talk a little bit about the your affiliation with cancer in a little bit here, but because I know that for me, the battle was real, and so that was one of my triggers because my body was trashed after it, just trashed, from my head to my feet, and so I got a shout out from a trainer that I know, one of my son's friends. His father was a trainer, and he said, "Well, have Sonya come out." I was like, "Okay." So girl, I went.
Yes.
And I've been going to him for at least 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
And so, but I stopped during the, a period because of COVID, broke my ankle, that sort of thing.
Right.
I went back and then COVID hit. And so I was like, what?
Bam.
This is crazy.
Bam.
Literally the first time I went back.
I'll tell you about that. Seriously, it was for me like, what just happened? Because I was in the gym like every day, just training and working out myself. And like you said, when COVID hit, it just like stopped right in its tracks. And I was like, what am I gonna do now? But I don't want to start talking when you're not.
No, talk. You say what you want.
Yeah, I was just like, what do I do now? Because I went from every day, like I said, and I almost fell off into this little, I'll just call it what it is, little depression mode. And I had to really fight my way out of it because, like, from always training and always working out, and now you're doing nothing. And then you have all these ideas, oh, I'm going to eat this. I can just eat this now, or I could just eat that. But I didn't really want to do that. And it was really making me sad because I felt all the work that I have, done is now just kind of going down the drain. So then I decided, well, I'm just going to work out in the parking lot. So I did that. I worked out in the parking lot, and
That's okay. That's okay.
So I did. I worked out in the parking lot. I just was fighting it, and then there came a time, of course, the weather started to cool off, and I tried to work out in the house, but it was nothing compared to what I was able to do in the gym. And so I kind of gave into it, and I felt myself just sinking, But I am a child of God, and I know that I am covered, by my mom's prayers. Bless her heart, rest her soul. But I know that I am forever covered, and so I find that place to go to dig from, and it really has covered me throughout this whole process. I just recently returned to the gym, probably 2 months now. I think it's been 2 months now, but more of like a private. I would call it, it's not private, but it's very few people there.
Right.
And I'm comfortable with that because I do, want to protect myself and I want to protect the people in my home. We're very high risk, and so I try not to take, any unnecessary chances. And so it's been hard, but I've been trying to keep it together.
Yeah, because I guess it would. I mean, with all this stuff, you do kind of sink into a depression, state of mind, because you're going, and let alone you're thinking about the bills and your money.
Yes.
And because I'm pretty sure I was there, and I'm just, I found ways to keep me from going all the way down.
Right. Yeah.
Like I go to this school, I attend this school, I'm busy, it keeps you busy, but you do go, oh.
Yes, it's rough. And then kids home from school, I have a new breed child. He's 11. I call him new breed because the older ones are grown with the children. So, and him being home from school, and then I also teach my grandson, who is now 3. He's home ever since COVID, and then I'm just like, this is different.
This is a lot.
This is different. And but God has been with us every step of the way, and I'm just so thankful that I'm just still here.
You made it.
So many didn't make it, and I'm just still here, and I know the gym will be there, and clients will come back, and because I think before COVID, I was like 15, 16 clients at the most. Not all my clients are in person. I do clients from various, cities or states or what have you. So I do train from, the phone videos and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, and it went instantly from that to like one. Just.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, what are you gonna do now? But God has carried me.
Carried
so
you.
I'm so grateful.
Well, at least you're here with us today, and we're happy about that.
Thank you.
Wow, so I'm not the only one that was kind of suffering through COVID.
Oh, I'm sure it's like everybody, well, those who acknowledge that COVID exists. You know what I'm saying? So people have suffered greatly, and I feel unnecessarily, but that's another topic. However, we're not the only ones. Yeah, but yes, I'm here.
Good girl. Well, we're happy that you're here. And again, I hope I introduced the show. I think I did.
We just jumped.
Yeah, we're Girls in Sports.
Right.
And this is on the Score on Air Network. And we're going to be going into a commercial. Just take a break for just 1 second. But I don't think we're going to do too many because myself and the producer, we have a basketball game to film and produce when we leave here. So, and then of course she's going to the gym. I mean, what else would she be possibly doing by going to the gym? Amazing. So we will be right back. This is Girls in Sports on the Score on Air Network. Come back.
Coming to you on February 28th, a new journalism series brought to you exclusively by Score on Air staff and students. Tune in via Facebook or YouTube to witness the first episode of Score 30. In our first show, take a look as we sit down with Savannah Holderby, a young and successful female wrestler. But she's not the only one. The rise of women in wrestling has more than doubled in the last decade. We discuss why. We also take you behind the scenes of the state-of-the-art Chieftain Center located in the small town of Logan, Ohio, as well as interviews with the people in the community who made it all possible. Score 30, presented to you by Score on Air.
Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
And welcome back. This is Girls in Sports. This is on the Score on Air Network, and we have the lovely Tia D. Turman Robinson that is here. She is a physical trainer. She trains people to be fit, and we're talking to her. So in this segment, okay, I'm sorry. Our producer has to do something.
So, as you guys know, my name is Debbie Christo, and I have had the amazing opportunity to create the trailer that you guys just saw for Score 30. I have been the editor and graphic designer for that awesome show. It is airing this Sunday at 6 p.m., February 28th. And you can see the amazing Savannah Holderby alongside the Logan Chieftains at their new facility. But yeah, it's going to be absolutely awesome. So if you guys could please tune in to that, it would be absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much. I will send it back to you, Miss Sonya.
Okay, and so the young lady that you will be interviewing, she's a wrestler, right?
Yes, she is one of the top wrestlers in Ohio. And she's only 13 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So she got the honor to speak to this young lady. So that should be very interesting.
Yeah, she is an amazing kid. She really is. And she can squat with her little brother on her shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Sounds amazing.
She's a
Absolutely.
beast.
Jeez.
All righty then. Well, we are back with Miss Tia. Thank you for that announcement, Miss Deb, because I know we'll be shooting some film this weekend, so I know I'm gonna try to get to take a look at that. But we're here again with Miss Tia, and we're gonna talk a little bit about your beginnings, Miss Tia. So, what was it like for you, like when you were little, and and that's
So long ago.
no, was it?
So long ago. Well, I'll just say this. I had an amazing mom.
Okay.
Her name was Geneva.
Okay.
And unfortunately, she passed away in 2010. But to go back, my mom raised 6 girls. No dad in the home. We're from the projects.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so funny because it wasn't until being grown that I realized we were actually poor.
Right.
How did she do it?
Mm-hmm.
6 girls.
Mm-hmm.
No dad. But I don't think we ever knew that
You
we
don't,
were.
because she wasn't sitting around
Listen,
and on
absolutely,
and all
absolutely,
that.
she wasn't. She was making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm forever grateful for my mom. But as a child, they used to call me the boy of the family. I was the boy my mom never had, is what they would say.
So where are you in the number? Are you 4?
I am what they call the knee baby. So I don't know if you,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
my folks are from Alabama, so that's how they talk.
Yeah,
the knee
yeah.
baby. So I am next to the youngest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And but I was just a tomboy, just running around. Don't know why you want me to wear a dress. Don't know why you want me to, you're mad because I'm dirty. Why can't I climb the trees, jump off at the brick buildings and all that stuff. Broke my arms a few times,
Wow.
Just a tomboy. I love sports. I've always been a runner.
Okay.
I run. Actually, in elementary school, 4th grade, a teacher noticed me out on the playground, and she was just so, just wowed by this little skinny girl because they call me Sticks also. But,
Okay.
you know, of my running. And so she introduced me to the principal who had a high schooler, and he ran track for a private track club. They actually took me to this track club. They just loved me that much, and they really wanted to make something happen for me. And I got on this track club. They would pick me up. They wouldn't come all the way in the hood to get me. I would have to be up, you know, on the corner somewhere up in there. We're going to come and get you, but we're not about to drive all the way down in there. That's what we didn't have a car. My mom didn't have a car. But it was just awesome that they made it happen. And I'm looking back. I promise I wish I had known the blessing before me and probably would have cradled it more. You know. However, going forward, just could be the nature of our living. You know, how we live, where we lived, and you know the neighborhood and how things kind of flow. But it, of course, I ran for years in through elementary and going into high school. I found out I was pregnant, and so that changed some things. I was on the verge or on the schedule of possibly making it into the Olympics, but definitely the Olympic trials at the age of 15. I was running times like such as that, and I still try to run as a young mom. You know, while in high school, I did for about a year or so. But then my mom became ill, and you know she wasn't able to keep my daughter, and I felt like that really wasn't her responsibility to do that. And I just grew up really fast.
Okay.
Straight from a tomboy to now you're a mom.
Right.
You know,
I'm buying clothes and
listen,
taking care of
all
the baby.
that. It just transferred instantly, and that's how I started. I ran early on. And after I had my kids, I tried to dibble a little bit back into track, and it just didn't really happen for me. And it took me some time to make peace with that.
Right.
I would watch track meets and,
Cry.
oh, okay, my heart would just be aching and falling into my stomach like, girl, that should have been you. But I realized with some things that had to take place in my life that I was exactly where God wanted
you to
me
be.
to. Yeah, I was exactly where he wanted me to be. I was able to take care of my family and extended family, and I'm proud of that and happy to have been in a position to step up.
So you were always an athlete,
Always an athlete.
basically.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Always. But as far as getting into the bodybuilding and working out, originally it was because I couldn't run no more, and I love sports, so I'm just going to work out in the gym. It started out that way in like 94. I started a little bit of working out, but other things, you know, kids growing up, kids getting into sports and everything. So, you know, it was just, I had to put that on the back burner, rightfully so, because when you're a mom, you really don't want to miss out on what it is your kids are trying to do. And, you know, so you want to be there for them. And I felt, again, you know, that's the right thing to do. So fast forward, they grew up.
Exactly.
They grew up, and but I became ill.
Did you?
And I did. And for several years, I didn't know what in the world was wrong with me. Like, why am I always aching? Why am I always, you know, just in pain, can't sleep at night? And come to find out, I have this thing, I'm sure you probably heard of it, fibromyalgia.
One of my sisters has that. And she had it before it was even known about.
Right.
So they just
Right.
thought she was crazy.
Right.
Basically.
Come on now, will you
And
please
so, I
preach
mean,
that?
literally. And so they were telling my mom that, well, okay, you probably just need to put her in the, you know, the psych ward for a couple of weeks, and,
Yeah.
you know, we will.
Yeah, or
And my mom said, look, I know my child, and she's
something
not
is
making
wrong.
this
no,
up.
No,
Exactly.
it's like a invisible illness to many doctors back when, because they had no clue what was going on. And I was definitely, I would say, a victim of that, because they treat you so roughly. I just remember one time going to the doctor, and it had been like consistently, but nothing was really happening as far as
Right.
we're gonna do this.
Diagnosing
Nothing,
you.
no, just but they were dishing out that medication
Mm-hmm.
severely, But one time for me, what woke me up was I had to go to the doctor on a Tuesday, but then I had to go back on a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
On that Tuesday, he had given written prescriptions for me, which was about 10 different pills. Some of them, if not most of them, would make you sleepy and drowsy.
And psychotic.
That
I'm
makes
sure.
no sense.
Yes.
That really makes no. How are you gonna function? So on Thursday when I went back, he's writing me the same prescriptions that he had just written for me on Tuesday, and it's just like something hit me and said,
Mm-hmm.
"Take your life back. This is not it. Take your life back." And I just remember when I was walking around towards once I was discharged, and I walked around, and he was coming out of I guess like the little office area, and I just stopped him, and I placed the prescriptions at his chest. I said, "You can keep these." And in that particular doctor's office, that's what people go there for.
For prescriptions.
For prescriptions,
Mhm.
yes, for narcotics and all that. So he was looking at me like shocked, like exactly like what is going on? Like, you're not gonna kill me. You're just not gonna kill me. And I left those there, and I never went back to that doctor again. And still in pain, and still taking some of the medication. I ended up having a reaction to some of the medicine, and ended up at the hospital with my family in the waiting room. And well, my daughter was the only one, with my oldest daughter, as a matter of fact, and she called other family members to come in because they were doing an MRI because my head was just like killing me. And when they took me in there, I guess that was it for me because I didn't remember anything else. But what was explained to me is when we came, the escort was bringing me back to my room. The doctor had said, "How long has she been like that?" And he said, "Oh, ever since, she came out of the machine." And then my daughter said she was asked to leave the room, and they sent the code. I had coded. I stopped breathing. Yes, and they had
So when they said how long has she been like that, who are they talking to?
the escort asking him how long had I been in that condition. I guess I was. To the escort, I was just asleep.
Okay.
But to the doctor,
You were
I
coding.
had stopped breathing. Yeah. So they resuscitated me, obviously,
Wow.
and that was just the
No more
moment.
medication
None,
for you.
none,
Yes.
none. Where's the nearest gym? We're gonna get this thing under
Yes.
control. And
Oh my
that's pretty much how
God.
I got started back into the gym, and I've never stopped since. It helps me sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It helps me. I know when I don't work out, my body just goes into a trauma.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It goes completely into a trauma. And so I would say to anyone fighting, dealing with fibromyalgia, it is real. It's not fake. It's not in your head.
Mm-mm.
It's real. And but you can also manage it through exercise. And also there are some foods that trigger,
Yeah.
So it can be managed without,
A whole bunch
like you
of
said,
junk.
sitting on the sideline watching your life go by, because I feel like that's exactly what was happening. Like, you're in a trance watching your life.
You in a trance. Because, see, my sister, she trains with my trainer. So, I mean, because I told everybody, hey, we got to go to him. My son, my daughter.
Yeah.
But my daughter, she doesn't right now because it's grueling. Because she came, a couple times with me, and it's grueling.
It is.
And
It's
she's
not
like, I don't
easy.
even know how you do that. And I'm like,
Hey,
because
I
I
have to.
And so, so
I have to.
my son his wife went for a minute. He's going to have to get back, lock back in, but she goes, the one that has fibromyalgia. And so, but she's really like a type A personality. So she will do everything that he says. So she's gonna look glorious.
That's
in a
good.
minute.
That's
because
good.
she's
she's gonna feel amazing.
amazing,
Yeah,
and
she's gonna feel
she
much
did
stronger.
look glorious for a minute back when we all kind of like started out, because I started first, and I think I was probably there for maybe a year before everybody else started getting on board. I'm like, you gotta go.
Yes.
But it was so traumatic, like on our bodies, and everything.
It
And
is.
so the one with fibromyalgia, she was like, oh my God. But girl, we still, she still went.
That's good. It's definitely. I feel for me, it's been life saving. It's weird because fibromyalgia, you have like overactive nerves, and they wear your muscles out, so you're fatigued, you're achy, all of those things. Sometimes you even feel like you have the flu, and
Exactly.
yeah, and it's just excruciating. But the funny part is when you go to the gym, you kind of feel like that too. You're sore, you're achy. But I'd rather take that sore, but you feel stronger with it. You're made to feel stronger with it versus feeling that fibromyalgia pain and then just laying around versus going to the gym and feeling that pain. It strengthens you. I feel so much stronger when I work out. I do. I can
See,
go.
me and Debbie were talking about before we started, the producer, about my kind of like I have migraines or something.
Yes.
And
Oof.
and we were talking and I said I really think it's my blood pressure because it's naturally kind of high, but this is real high.
Okay.
And that's only been like these last few years because I haven't been freaking working out. I haven't been training.
And then when you don't work out, you probably don't drink as much water as you would when you're working out. And I mean,
And because I'm telling you, I didn't do all this.
I'm preaching to my own self. So I could tell you, like, when I go off the
grid,
path, right?
yes.
I'm like, drink the water. Drink it.
Because, see, I love drinking the water, but it's the physicality and stuff of getting everything off of you.
Yeah, getting it out.
Getting it out that relieves
Yes.
your body and stuff, that
the
tension,
toxin, the tension,
and the pressure.
Because
it's all just sitting there right now.
It is. It's holding up. You be like, I was just telling my daughter the other day, you find yourself up like this, it's just that tension.
Because
holding
she
on
said,
to, just gotta
Deb
relax
said,
it.
it's probably stress too,
Yeah.
But see, I got to get back in there because
Gotta
I
do
did
it.
not feel all this.
Yes.
Because I could get it all
it
out.
off. Get it out.
And then I felt great. I looked great.
Yes.
And
yes.
stuff. So it really does matter.
It does.
At
does.
least for me, it really does because I can't remember having all this kind of stuff. But I am. This has been very stressful for everybody.
It has been. It's been like you try to tell yourself, they see me as strong. There's no, I can't cave. But you're still human. You're still human. So you have to go through what you have to go through. But that you can work your way out of this feeling, come up out of there because you know what to do.
Right.
Just do it.
Exactly.
No pun
So
intended,
we
but-
will. My producer said we have to cut it off for a second. We're gonna take a little,
Like y'all gabbing.
just a little break. I know she's like wrap it up, and so so we're gonna come back in just a few minutes. This is Girls in Sports on the Score on Air Network, and stay right there, folks.
Coming to you on February 28th, a new journalism series brought to you exclusively by Score on Air staff and students. Tune in via Facebook or YouTube to witness the first episode of Score 30. In our first show, take a look as we sit down with Savannah Holderby, a young and successful female wrestler. But she's not the only one. The rise of women in wrestling has more than doubled in the last decade. We discuss why. We also take you behind the scenes of the state-of-the-art Chieftain Center located in the small town of Logan, Ohio, as well as interviews with the people in the community who made it all possible. Score 30, presented to you by Score on Air.
And welcome back. We are here, Girls in Sports on the Score on Air Network. We're talking to Miss Tia D. Turman Robinson, and she is a physical trainer and, amongst every other thing, that she's doing. She's a mom and, most women wear different hats, so it's not like she's just doing one thing. She knows how to multitask.
Yes, I have to. I have to.
Yes, and so we're talking about being fit for life. This is our segment 3, Miss Producer. And so,
The early.
that's okay. And so, now I wanted to talk a little bit about your mom. What was the illness for your mom?
Well, my mom had heart disease.
Mm-hmm.
She also, we'll just sum it up as that. That pretty much was what drained her body, was her heart disease. She also did suffer from a disease called Guillain-Barré.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so
Took its toll.
it did. It really did. It took its toll. But she was a fighter, man. My mom was so strong. She definitely didn't give up. I think her body gave up before she gave up.
Mm-hmm.
She was still talking, trying to talk. In the end, just she definitely didn't give up. But yeah, so she did. She had heart disease and Guillain-Barré, heart disease, and which is connected to high blood pressure at some point if you don't get it under control.
Right.
Those things go hand in hand, and so a couple of family members, deals with high blood pressure and heart disease, and that was another reason why after my mom passed,
Mm-hmm.
I was just on like just this, and trying to preach to anyone who would listen. If you smoke, stop smoking.
Mm-hmm.
If you eat this, stop eating that. But you can only help people who want to be helped.
Mm-hmm.
Some people may not get it at that moment, and maybe later they'll go back and grab something that you said and it'll help them. And some people would just completely close their
Ignoring
ears
it.
off
Mhm.
to whatever you're talking about because they're not ready to change or do better. But my mom, I think it was a lot to do with, like I said, she's from Alabama. And, they just routinely eat a certain way.
Mhm.
They're brought up on, certain meals, and
Mm-hmm.
she could cook now. She could throw down. But it can take a toll on you,
Mhm.
just having
Your nutrition.
eating like that over years and years and years. And then I also blame, doctors for the passing of my mom because of the pharmaceutical, just feeding them pills like they're M&Ms, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of that harms your body. It shuts your kidneys down. Kidneys moving slow, your heart gonna move just as slower. And I just feel like my mom didn't really pass because of her diagnosis. I think she passed because of her treatment, or the lack thereof. And then there was some responsibility, choices made, like I said, as far as the way they were brought up, eating. But yeah, I feel like the doctors failed her.
Yeah, because you have to be careful with the medication.
Oh, yeah.
Because just like you had that really adverse reaction
Absolutely.
to whatever that was,
Absolutely.
everybody's body chemistry is different. And so what may affect me might not affect you.
Right.
And what might affect you may not affect me because we're different.
Yes.
And so, but you do have to be careful with that.
It's a common sense thing, and in a way, just I know my mom's doctors didn't like me,
Because you were
whenever
vocal.
I would go there, I was very vocal, like, why is she taking this, and why and for so long, and then
Because it messes up other stuff, and that's the weird part about medication. Sometimes it's cool, whatever for something, but you be like, okay, it comes on like, okay, you take this, but
those
if
commercials,
yeah, but if you get your ears fall off, then
right.
everything.
I can't remember the medication, and I probably shouldn't say it if I did, but because we don't want you guys to get in trouble, but. It was one that just came on the other day, and it said everything like, if you die, okay, but what you gonna do if you die?
We're like, oh my God,
Like, you
is
can't-
this the best that we have?
How is this legal? How is this? Who said this? Who
So
said
that-
yes to this?
See, that's why I have to stay on my feet and I have to
Yes.
eat right,
Yes.
watch
you
my
do not-
nutrition,
yeah.
Get myself fit and everything because I can't. I mean, the medication is just too much for me.
It is
you
too
know,
much
when
for many of us. Yes.
I was probably one of the only patients that wouldn't take anything. I mean, when I was,
I know I am.
battling cancer, and so because I was already taking stuff, when you first go in, for your treatment, they give you like these pre-med stuff, and that's to make sure that you freaking stay alive,
Yeah.
through that treatment. Through the chemo and stuff. So I was like,
That's
okay,
rough.
I'll take that, whatever, but nothing else. Because there was nothing else that they could give me that would help me until
Everything
I
else was
done.
going to be against you.
Yes, until I was done with the whole treatment thing, the radiation and chemo and all that. And I told them, you can't help me. Thank you, but no, that's not going to help me.
don't
I
want
have to
that.
be done with this
Yes.
and let my body rejuvenate
Yes,
itself because if whatever you're giving me is not going to help. It just couldn't because I can't even explain it. How my body felt. I can't. Like you can't really explain the fibromyalgia. It's invisible.
It is.
And so I can't, I was like, oh no. And so then one of the nurses just looked at me for like 5 minutes.
Like, I can't do
And she was going, I said, no, I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't need it. I'm not going to take it.
We have to fight for ourselves. We do. We have to fight for our lives.
And like I said, everybody is different. So,
Yes.
I mean, this lady over here, she probably can do it.
Right. And probably needed to do it
Yeah.
in some sense. But like
But
you said.
I couldn't take one more thing.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. So now I know you had a sister that you have some sort of knowledge about cancer. You were affiliated with it.
Yeah, actually, in so many ways. But speaking of my sister, she was my oldest sister. She was my oldest sister, and so she had survived. She had a battle with cancer, 2005. I want to say 2000, somewhere around there. I'm gonna get the date wrong, but she went into remission. She won that round. And then it wasn't until 2018 that it reared its ugly head again. She had a mammogram.
Mm-hmm.
She had a mammogram, I want to say 2017.
Wow.
She
okay,
got the
that was
letter.
just a few years ago.
Right. She got the letter that they didn't see anything. This is the phone call I received. They didn't see anything, and we're celebrating, I won. I'm like, great. Like, God is good, and he still is.
Mm-hmm.
He still is. But that was the phone call. And so fast forward, I did a show in Cleveland. It was my first NPC show.
Well, that's right. We got photos. Okay,
That's
go
okay.
ahead,
But
go
yeah,
ahead.
so I did that, and then I received a phone call maybe a week or so later that she was sick and being sent to the hospital. So I leave, go to Alabama, and only to get the news that my sister was stage 4 breast cancer. Nothing that they could do. It was everywhere. I'm like, how does that just happen? She just had an MRI. I'm not an MRI, I'm sorry, but a mammogram. But of course, while I'm there, I'm digging through paperwork and everything, and I do see the letter. But on the letter, it also said that her doctor needed to send her to have a special mammogram, a different type of mammogram, because of the dense tissue, and so they could see behind that. But she just had a regular mammogram, and being a former cancer patient, I didn't understand how
come they
that
didn't do it in
didn't
the
take
first place?
So, anyways,
Because when you're so far out, like when you're so far out, so many years out, they consider you cool, basically.
Yeah.
Like, okay, great. Because, you have to, they say, I think it's the 5-year or 10-year mark that you're like, okay,
yeah,
you're doing pretty good.
right,
Let's keep this up. But and see, cancer is so sneaky
yeah.
that it does that. You know, at first you're cool, you're fine, and then you're not
Yeah.
because it's very sneaky. You know, you can't tell. That's how people, you know, have these cancers that you can't tell, like really in your stomach and your pancreas and stuff, because you can't really tell. Like in your breast, you kind of can.
Right, because sometimes you might get a lump and stuff like that, and can be a signal that something is wrong. I think sometimes our bodies try to tell us,
But we don't listen.
but we don't. We'll pass it off as just this, that, or the other, and just move on past it unless it immediately hit us. We got to, I need to go to the doctor. But for the most part, we don't listen to our bodies, and I feel like that in a sense. But my sister was banging down every doctor's door saying she feel this way or that way, and they started telling her it was anxiety, giving her like medication for anxiety. She's like, no, I can't breathe. I'm struggling breathing. And she did have emphysema because she was a smoker. Tried to pray that away, but it didn't happen. But yeah, so that was my experience with her. We took her home from the hospital and did hospice at home, and I was her caregiver.
See?
Yeah, I was her caregiver, and that it was rough, very, very rough for me. But I believe, because we always wonder, like, why did I have to go through this? Or why did I have to go through that? I believe what I went through with my mom, because I never left her side. I stayed at the hospital with my mom, like,
I bet.
day and night, baby in the stroller. We there, you know, but just being there, going through that, I believe it strengthened me for what was to come with my sister. And so, yeah.
You were able to handle it, kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Because, see, I have an organization called Sonya's Cancer Caregiver Center.
Oh, beautiful.
And we support the caregivers, you know, of cancer patients. And that's what we do. You know,
beautiful.
and that is my true, like, passion.
That is beautiful, because so often the caregivers go unnoticed because they're looked at to be the strong person. You know, that's what you do. That's who you are. And so it's easy to for that not to be noticed. And
well, they're just the unsung heroes. Nobody, cause in my journey I noticed that they feel like the caregiver actually feels like, well, why should I be feeling some type of way when they're the ones that's going through all of this, and,
right, yeah,
you know that.
absolutely.
But the
It's not
caregiver
about me.
feels a lot,
And
they have a right to feel whatever they feel and all that. You know, they hate it. This is crazy. I am overwhelmed. But so they're the unsung heroes, and they are they are paramount to the recovery of people with
Illnesses.
with illnesses. Period. So so that's why I have that organization.
That's beautiful.
You know, so we can help you guys survive. You know, through all of that, because you need the push, you need the, and I found that they really don't care what I'm doing as long as I'm there. Right. You know, nobody really wants money.
Yeah,
you know, and all that.
You're not doing it for.
They just
you're
like,
there
oh,
because
cool.
you care. You're there because you care. That's a slogan. Take that. You're there because you care.
You're there.
'Cause you
Yes, and so that is great. I found with the people that I have worked with, they're just amazed that, you know, somebody's there
Right,
that they can talk to and turn to, whatever.
Yeah.
But of course, I would like to have, okay, baby, first I would like to have plenty of money, you know, to help them financially, because some of them aren't working,
That's beautiful.
you know, because they're taking care of their loved
people.
one.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal, you know. I mean, with caregivers, it's not easy,
That's beautiful
you know.
that you do
And
that.
so, I
You'll be
mean,
blessed
we
and-
haven't done anything since COVID and all that, you know. That I'm trying to get more money, and I always feel so inadequate, you know, because I'm not doing.
Oh no, just the
as
fact
much
that you
as I would like
care,
to.
and you know, just someone for them to talk to. That's a lot. That's a lot. Just having
So-
somebody to talk to, you know, that's huge.
Well, I hope so. I
It
mean,
is.
I
Let me
hope,
tell you,
know,
it
I'm
is.
really helping because I love doing it.
That's huge.
And that's probably another reason why I'm itching and scratching, because I haven't been taking care of anybody. I mean, I haven't been able to support anybody
Right.
because I love that. actually enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, you got
so
God knows. He knows your heart.
so
Make it happen.
can we just move right on, Deb, with the next segment without taking a break?
Yeah, absolutely. We only have about three minutes left.
In this segment?
We do still have. Actually, it's 6:57.
Oh my God. Okay, well, we got to show some pictures of her.
Yeah, we have plenty of pictures to show.
Okay,
so
we have some
let's run on
photos,
through
folks,
those.
that we want y'all to see of this young lady. Whatever you pull up, we're going to talk about.
Okay. This is an awesome one.
That's her.
Oh, I was in the black jacket. I was in Charlotte, taking care of my sister actually, who had a leak on her brain, and she had to have emergency brain surgery.
Wow.
Bless her heart.
So I was there trying to still get my workout in. I found a gym,
There you go.
and so yeah. Oh, I missed that here, Whitney Houston here.
Mm-hmm. That's
And then
dedication.
we have this one.
Look at that.
Wow, that was 2017. That wasn't the first show I'd ever done. I got my pro card on that show. That just really made me feel like you can do this, girl. That actually, I know you got to go, but
No, we're good.
my whole thing to make it to the stage was to have that whole year and be able to train without getting sick. I just want to make it to the stage. Just let me not get sick. And it happened.
And you did.
Yes.
Look at you.
I was just proud to be there.
1 second.
Okay.
Wow, it seemed
I'm
like
resizing
forever.
this one.
Let's see the next one, Miss Deb. And that's one of you. Is that one of your
yes,
clients?
That's my client, and I was taking him on as my godson. I love him so much. That's Mims.
Now, see, I see him at Crunch Fitness.
Yes.
Because that's where I would be. And my trainer would be there. And his mom would come, too.
Yes, his mom works with him. Yeah.
But, yeah.
He's a trainer also, but he trusts this old 54-year-old lady to train him for his shows.
Well,
and so
absolutely.
I'm honored. I love that he sees that in me.
And then we have this one.
Yeah, that was 2000. That was 2017 also. That was, I think, my second show.
Look at you. Wow.
It was cool.
Cool. That's great.
And then I love this one.
Okay.
Let me just say that I just love this one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
baby.
yes.
I look like I need to eat a burger, though. I swear I never want to be that tiny again in my life.
Girl, you look great. Just
That was just-
freaking amazing.
That was me showing off, trying to take some pictures after one of my shows. And we were
Gorgeous.
Like, what better place than to go to the gym?
Isn't that gorgeous? Wow.
And then, okay, that's front. Now we have the back.
Mhm.
That
See?
is back.
That's ridiculous.
And of course she's popping the booty.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
you gotta
Popping the
booty. That's how you make
That's
the
amazing.
muscles pop.
Girl,
Thank you, guys.
me and Deb, we're going to be catching up with
Listen,
you.
y'all giving me that.
We're going to be catching up
Y'all
with
giving
you,
me
girl.
that fire
Please.
flashback. Like,
Let-
come on,
let
get
me
it together.
see. Let me see the one of AZ. This is one of her clients
yes.
too. This is the young lady that actually was on here, and I'm so impressed. That's one of my
I love
favorite
her so much.
pictures.
She's, the
She's
bomb.
amazing.
She is amazing. AZ.
The amazing
Yes.
AZ. And
That's
so
my baby.
mhm. When she said she had a trainer, I said, "Who is that? Who could possibly be your trainer?" Let me
Look like
talk
she
to
ought to
her.
be training folks, huh?
Yeah, so, yeah. So when she told me that, I said, "I got to meet her.
Bless your
I
heart.
got to meet this lady because she's got to be amazing, you
Aw.
know." But AZ
little
gave you
me.
mega props. She said
love
you
her.
were amazing, and you are.
Thank
you know, and
As
so
are you.
you have to let us know when you're going to do another show.
Oh, I'll definitely.
You know,
be
because
back.
I know you will be getting ready,
yeah.
you know, to
Oh,
do
yes.
something. But so, okay, so let me step back for a minute. So then you started in like really pumping up and getting really fit in the 90s, you said, or
I kind of started messing around in the gym in '94.
oh, plus she was always an athlete anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so
Track. Oh yeah, I was just.
so okay, so that one like far, you know, far fetched for her
Right.
to
Yeah.
be.
I even coached my kids at a time when they started running track. So yeah, I just kind of always been.
And that's amazing because she's just so cool and so wonderful and
Oh
so
my goodness! This
laid
is
back. And
Aw.
I mean, because remember when AZ was here, Debbie remembers. Girl, I mean, with y'all's kind of body,
You said you be.
I fell in love. I really did. AZ is such an amazing athlete, and she's beautiful. She really is.
She's just the purest. You know, her skin, everything.
She really is, girl. And I mean,
her hair.
Really humble with that. Like that, her and AZ and them, they're really humble with it.
Oh yeah.
Girl, I would be like,
I can't.
every freaking yes.
I cannot.
That's right, Deb. Look at my ass.
I'm
my
here.
God. You know,
The champ is here.
So see, that's why I said God knows what He's doing because He
The
knows, girl.
champ is
She
here.
can't get that fit, you know, because she's gonna be crazy.
She's gonna be all over the place.
But yeah, so
That's
they,
all right.
See, those
That's
type of
all right.
people like them, they don't even it doesn't phase them or they're not.
Like who, me?
Yeah, because I would have on that type of shirt a day. Every
day, I'd be like, there she goes.
Girl,
again.
yeah, it's like because you work so hard, you do want to show it.
You do.
Because when I did was muscly and all that. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna wear my shirt.
You
Whatever,
don't need hiding it.
because you work at it. You work at it.
Yeah.
You work at it. So are we like almost done completely? Or we're
We
done?
are actually officially out of time.
Oh, my
we
God.
are 6 minutes over.
And we didn't even do our lightning round or anything. See,
That's all
Tia?
right.
You gotta come back. Can you come back one
I
day?
can, yeah.
Okay.
I
Cool.
can.
This has been a wonderful conversation with Miss Tia D. Turman Robinson. Thank you so much
you, Sonya.
for coming out.
Thank you.
You got to come back with us because we got to at least finish our lightning round.
You got all the interesting things that you're gonna get out of me because that was about it. But
No.
I know you do that thing with movies, and I don't watch a movie. I don't know.
It's just random questions, so girls, no big deal. But you still have to come back, like when you do a show or
I would
something
do.
like that, and
Definitely
tell us how it went and that sort. And of course, I'm going to be in the audience. But we have to go, and we thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us. This is Girls in Sports, Score on Air Network, and we shall see you next time. Bye.